Where's my scissors at? I think I need to knock that screw in just a little bit more. It's kind of sticking out a little too much. That's better. Yeah, that'll work. I can cover that with inset. Get these corners all waterproofed. And then hopefully next week we can start tile. I don't know if I'm gonna get to it this week. What's up, Roger? Vice, what's up, Vice? Where's Will? He needs to watch this one. I know, right? I'll teach him how to tile a shower as soon as we start working on the cabin. It's one of the first things we're gonna have to do. We need a shower out there. I think we've all roughed it long enough. Shower and a shitter. High on the priority list. What's up, Curtis? Jacob? What are we going to use for waterproofing? Great question. I got some Curdy waterproof membrane, and I have some, what is that? USG Durock waterproof sealant. It's a liquid membrane. So we're going to put the Curdy in all the corners and cracks. Definitely in the niche, and then we're gonna paint the entire shower with that Durock stuff. It's very similar to Red Guard, just a different brand, different color. This one's blue instead of red, but it's essentially the same product. I'll show it to you here in a second. I do not like how that fiber tape went up in that corner. There's kind of a big gap up here in the corner. Glad I have a plan, right? Usually I don't have a plan. This is one of the first projects that I actually have a plan. Look at that gap up there. Wasn't a fan of how this tape went on, but I think I can hide that corner pretty well with the thin set. And then once we get the mud put on there, you won't even be able to tell. Have I ever been a construction worker? Yes, I have. I've done everything pretty much that you can think of. Carpentry, construction, framing, electric work, plumbing, handyman work, yard cleaning, tree cutting. I've done pretty much everything. A lot of experience. Am I the best at all of these things? No. But I know enough to get by. I know enough to get the job done and get it done well. And I'm proud of that. Jack of all trades. That's some good stuff. I didn't even cut it with the scissors. This is their lefty scissors. I gotta use my left hand, you see that? You've torn up a lot of moldy showers in your day. Well, how's this one looking? You think we're off to a good start? I am taking all of the precautionary measures to make sure that we don't have any leaks. This is my first shower though. I've never built a shower or a bathroom like this one. Well, I lie. I've done one shower, one bathroom in the past, but it wasn't this advanced. It was a very simple build. This is the first real one. And so far, I'm really proud. I'm really proud of how it's coming out. Everything has turned out great. It's taking me a bit longer than I wanted. That's okay. Very nice. I think we got most of the cracks there. Cool. Now we can start putting thin set on all of the tape. I'm using Fibra tape. This is a fiberglass tape that's good for thin set. It's a little bit stronger than traditional drywall tape. It's gonna hide all those cracks and screws really nice. I already have my thin set mixed. So we're just gonna go at it. I probably should have waited to mix it because it does set pretty fast. Right now we just want to cover all the screw holes. Cover all the tape, all the joints. Does not have to be as pretty as a drywall job because this is going behind tile. Still looks like I did it yesterday. Still looks like it did yesterday. Oh, yeah, I haven't done much. I called it a night. This is the first time that I've been back on the job since yesterday. My focus was the niche, and the niche is pretty much done. Gilligan, what's up? I need a lot more screws in the hardy board, you think so? Yeah, maybe you're right. I don't know where my studs are though. That was a good point. That was a really good point. I think you're right there. Let's put a couple more screws. Not a lot more, just a couple more. Hopefully I can hit a stud. It'd be really nice. I hit a stud. That definitely helps some. Another one here. And you know what happened is when I put up the hardboard, I was mostly just trying to get it up on the walls, and I probably forgot to come back and finish all my screws. Not a good habit to have in this line of work, but it is something that I do often. Hate to admit it. Every 16 inches, huh? That's a lot of screws. What's up, Santos? Nice to see you. 16 on center. Yeah, I probably should have made a better note of where my studs were. And I definitely should have put all the screws up the day of, you know. It was my bad. Oh well, live and learn. The worst thing that's gonna happen is the tile may crack in the future if the house decides to settle. That hardy board is gonna bounce around behind the tile and it may cause some cracking issues. But I think we can get enough screws in here to not have any problems. Yeah, who told me? Who told me about the screws? Who was it? Oh, Lions. Lions, thank you, dude. Thank you. Appreciate that. You caught a good one. I would have definitely overlooked it. Oh, Santos, dude, no way. Bro, that's rough, man. I wish you a speedy recovery, man. Ouch. Back problems are no joke. It's rough. That was such a good catch. Thank you. That made a huge difference. There's a lot less shaking going on. Love the content. Thanks, man. I love the comments. You saved my ass today. What's up, Don? Let's get one more screw in it, and then I think we'll be good. I think we got enough here. Yeah, I should probably do it. I need to get this thin set up on the cracks before it dries, because it's already drying on me. Yeah, very true. Tile has a lot of weight. We need it as strong as we can get it. Yeah, what's the ETA on your recovery, Santos? I've never dealt with a herniated disc like that, man. That's... ouch. What's up, Nicole? Nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Oh, dude. Ouch. I can't even imagine. We'll be praying for you. You'll be fine. Life is just testing you, my dude. Trying to see how strong you are. I know we have a couple contractors or people with experience here in the chat. Is this step really that necessary if I'm going to waterproof all the cracks after the fact? Could I just put the Curdy with the waterproofing membrane straight onto the hardy board, or do I need to do all of this thin set on every single crack? Yes, it is mandatory. Okay, so I'm doing the right thing. As long as I'm not wasting time and this step is mandatory, then that's cool. Just wanted to make sure. Yeah, that's good to hear. The epidural works. I really hope that fixes your problem, or at least puts a band-aid on it for now. I imagine you're going through some serious pain. Nicole, is it going to miss your property? Are you going to be okay? Did it make you evacuate? Don't want any cracks in the tile. Yeah, a little extra work never hurts, for sure. An extra 15 minutes today is going to save somebody about 16 hours in the future. And if all goes well, that somebody's going to be me. I don't plan on selling this house anytime soon. We put a lot of work into it. Typically in the past, as soon as we put this much time and love and effort into a property, we have to move for some odd reason. I hope that's not the case for this one. I want to enjoy this house for a little while before we have to go somewhere. Still not sure. Okay, they stayed back. Just tell them to be careful. Tell them not to try and fight the fires. If it's close enough to your property where they're thinking they're going to have to fight it with their own hoses, they need to leave. Fire's no joke, especially with the wind in the mix. It's not worth losing your life to protect your property. Just be careful. You guys will be fine. It's going to miss your property either way. We have faith. We have faith that you're going to be just fine, Nicole. Don't worry. Ouch, man. Dropped a whole glob of thin set on my foot, making a mess. Kip, what's up, Kip? Zen's here too. We had almost 40 people not too long ago. That was our best show out so far this week, this month? Since the cabin, maybe? We haven't had a good show out since the cabin on the live stream. I'm hoping that's all going to change here real soon. I'm all over the place with this thin set. Go get a roller. That's a good idea, honestly. It's a really good idea. The blade works good for the top. Like doing this right here, this is the tool that I need. But for all of the middle cracks, all of these here, the roller would work out really nice. Oh, I bet it would be less messy than this, so I'm dropping all kinds. Ooh, I got another question for you. I don't know if you can see here, but I have some of that mesh tape in this corner, and there's a piece of tape sticking out on the ceiling. Do I leave that mesh tape exposed and cover it with the, what is it called? The drywall mud instead of this stuff? Is this too aggressive to cover with drywall mud? Or should I put some of the thin set on the ceiling in the corner and cover all of that tape right now? What do you think? I hope I explained that good enough. Yeah, let me know. I don't want to put too much thin set on the ceiling if I don't have to, and then have to end up scraping it off. Put a little thin set in the corner. Yeah, I got it in the corners. Maybe just the corner and not the long stretches. I don't know. Put it on the ceiling too. Okay. I trust you guys. Trust you. I might have to go heavy with the texture if I don't like it. I guess that's always an option. If it's a little too thick on the top corners, we can just go heavy on the texture. Texture can hide anything. The inside of my house is the perfect testament to that. You want tape on the ceiling and the wall? Yeah, the tape is on the ceiling and the wall. And the tape would eventually get covered with drywall mud when I texture the ceiling. I just wasn't sure if I was supposed to put this or not. You guys are gonna make me put tile on the ceiling, aren't you? No, I'm just kidding. We don't do that. Imagine taking a shower and then a tile falls off the ceiling and donks you in the head. Not fun. Yeah, I honestly love the mesh tape, and this one's a fiberglass one. It's meant for the mortar, or not mortar, what is this, thin set. It's meant to handle thin set. It's way better than the paper tape in this case. When you're working with drywall mud, I do like the paper tape better. This one has a strong adhesive as well. It stuck right to the concrete board. It was really nice. Yeah, the paper tape is great for the corners because of that crease. You're absolutely correct. But for not having a crease, this fiberglass tape did really well. I was impressed with the product. I've used a lot of different tape in my years, and this one, I was impressed. I liked it. I liked it a lot. I can see it working well for drywall as well. Where's Mac? He's right underneath us in his house. It's right downstairs. How would you guys feel if me and Lady Lucky did some survival content this week? If we went out somewhere beautiful, somewhere in the wilderness, with great views, and we did an overnight survival challenge in a teepee. Would you guys want to see that? Is that something we should be trying to do? Maybe a little practice run before the new property. You know, it's been a solid year and a half since we had to live outside, the great outdoors. We're probably going to do it anyways, whether you want to see it or not. But if you want to see it, I'll record everything. Maybe we'll even go live at the camping spot. It's not going to be here. If we do this, we're going to go somewhere we've never gone before. It's going to be out of state, hopefully, out in New Mexico. We're going to make it fun. We're going to make it exciting. But we're itching for a road trip. And this might be the perfect time to go see my mom. I haven't seen her in a while. T, I seen you in the chat. What's up, T? You guys go check out Van Gogh Wanders here on YouTube. Such a great channel. T is building out her van to travel. And it's coming out amazing. Inspiring us to want to finish our school bus. Nathan, you made it. Nice to see you. Igloo survival. No, we're not going that far. We're not going anywhere with snow. But we will do an igloo survival challenge as soon as we get the new property. Jack of all trades. I try to be. I try. I treat every day as an opportunity to learn something new. And usually for me, that something is a project like this. I gotta learn how to do things like this because we're homeowners. And this is the kind of stuff that you gotta do and learn as a homeowner if you don't have the money to hire someone to do it for you. So just naturally, based on the lifestyle that we have and the things that we want to do, we have to learn things like this so we can save money. Smashing it out as always. You know it. Hardest working person on YouTube, guys. That is my goal. That's what I want to be known for at the moment. I want to be that guy that always has something interesting going on. I'm sure you've heard the phrase to always be the hardest working person in the room. I think it's a great motto. That type of mentality will get you places in the world, as long as you know how to use it properly. All right, how are we looking? Am I doing okay? Is this approved? Contractor approved? OSHA certified? Working hard, hardly working. Not today, just working hard. Do we have any fish? Yes, we have a saltwater tank and we have 2 freshwater tanks at the moment. I've always had fish. I'm a huge aquarist. I love keeping fish tanks. My thin set is drying out. I need a little splash of water in here. Be right back. Oh yeah, that's a lot better. A little bit of water goes a long way with this thin set. Hopefully it's not too dry. It looks a little chunky. That's not good. We'll see once I start applying it how it's going to be. I need a good stretch here, right here. Yeah, it's still a little chunky. I don't think I mixed it good enough. You guys probably can't see what I'm doing because I don't have the camera face this way. Oh, that was another thing I wanted to ask you. How is the video quality? Now, I'm not talking about the live streams. We can only do so much with the live streams. I'm talking about the long form content videos that I've been releasing. Do you guys like the editing style? Do you like the visuals? Is my camera okay for now? Do I need to upgrade my camera? I already know about the microphone. I'll be getting a microphone as soon as possible. So that is something that I'm aware of that you guys want. But yeah, if you feel like the camera quality, video quality is a little subpar, or if I can change anything in my content, whether it be my editing style, putting more voiceovers, less voiceovers, any type of feedback, I'm here for it. I'm new to YouTube. I'm figuring all of this out live as we go about it, I'm learning. I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna put out crappy videos once in a while, I'm gonna put out an unedited video once or twice. Won't be happy with it, and I'll end up taking it down like I've done so many times in the past. It's just part of going through the process and learning what works and what doesn't, and figuring all this out one step at a time. But it really helps to have feedback, especially from you guys. You're the audience. You're the ones I'm making the content for. So your feedback means way more to me than you honestly know. So yeah, if you have any feedback, good or bad, I'm here for it. I'm here for constructive criticism, all that good stuff. switch the music up a little more. Yeah, I agree with you for sure, and I'm aware of that issue. The problem is I have to use beats that I purchased. I don't want to go and use beats that I find online somewhere random and then end up getting copyright strikes or any other. Like, I'm real careful about the music that I select, and I'm really selective. I support my friend. My friend is the one that makes all my music for me. His name is Mart. He's from the Netherlands. His original channel and website was Yosek. Him and his buddy have combined, made a new website. Their name is Beat Mullen. They're a Dutch company, Dutch bros. Really good people. And I get all of my music from them. I support my friends, I support my family. And besides Will, they're the only people I know, and John here. You guys are the only people that I know that dabble with music and can produce music that I can use in my content, copyright free. So I've been buying all my beats from my buddy, and I only own about 15 so far. They're expensive. It adds up. I spend most of my YouTube check on buying beats, to be honest. So yeah, all the money goes straight to my buddy, and then he produces beats that are tailored to my channel. He kind of knows what I like, and he knows my style, and the selective process for our music is getting a lot easier now. He can just send me stuff with confidence, knowing that I'll be able to use it. So yeah, we have a good partnership, but you're right. I only have about 15 songs, and I produce a lot of videos, so I am cycling through the same music quite a bit. And it's just because I'm really afraid of trying to use someone else's music without paying for it, and I want to just keep supporting my buddy. I've always been a big supporter of him, so yeah. Lundy. That's okay. No one's asked it in the live stream today, so you're the first. Yes, we are buying land together. Yes, we are deep into the contract phase. We're days, maybe weeks away from closing. Still trying to come up with the last bit of money. Waiting for Will to come up with his half. We're purchasing this land half and half, 50-50. It's very, very, very expensive. So yeah, we were able to come up with our half. We're waiting for Will to come up with his half, and then we can close. All the other paperwork and processing has been done. We have a title policy in effect. They're doing all the title work on the property now, making sure there aren't any easements, back taxes, nothing funky going on there. And we will have title insurance on this property. We'll be protected, and we won't have any issues like we've had in the past. So yes, we are buying land together. No, we're not going to be there tomorrow. It's going to still be a little bit of time. We have a lot of stuff to do in the next couple weeks. And yeah, I don't know how long it's going to take Will to come through. So go bother Will. Go ask him when he's ready. We're ready. Me and Lady Lucky have been ready for months. We've been ready for years. We've been looking at this property for well over a year now. And we're ready to move on it. So yeah, go press Will. Go tell him to get locked in, because it's time. It's time to make this happen. Hard to contact Will. Tell me about it. I have his number, and it's still hard to contact Will. Oh, Daniel. I'm going to take you up on that offer. I love Austin. We lived very close to you. We lived in Nacogdoches for a few years, near Lufkin, in that area. We also lived in College Station, which is not too far from Austin. I mean, once you're in Texas, everywhere in Texas is close enough to drive. That's a ironic joke. Everything is miles and hours away. But the speed limits in Texas are about 100 miles an hour, so you get everywhere quick. Yes, I plan on going to Austin soon. I don't know when. We need to go back to Texas. We haven't had a Texas trip in a while, besides El Paso, of course. That would be a lot of fun. I want to go visit our first cabin. You know, our first off-grid cabin build was in College Station, Texas. And I've been dying to get back there to see how it's holding up. It was actually on the market last year, and we seriously thought about buying it back. But crazy enough, our first cabin build in Texas was way more expensive than the property that we're buying with Will. Go figure. Is Drew in the MLB yet? No, not yet. Soon. He got a lot of exposure this summer. He played with the Texas team out in, it was near San Antonio. What was the name of the place? Let's see if I can remember. Oh, Seguin. He played for the Seguin River Monsters this summer, which is it's like a college travel team. They get talent out in front of coaches. They simulate pretty much like a minor league style series of games. They do a whole summer league, and it's just like the minors. Gives you that same feeling and experience, and gets you a lot of exposure in front of college coaches. He did end up getting a scholarship to a Texas school, which is what he wanted. So Drew won't be coming back to New Mexico. He'll be staying in Texas and playing ball this year. But he's doing good. He's doing really good. I'm proud of him. Really, really proud of him. My sister also played college ball. She played D1 ball for a while. She was at Alcorn State, and she finished her softball years out in West Texas. So yeah, my sister is a stick as well. Very talented family. How's the fastball coming along? I don't know. I don't know what he's clocking in at right now. It's definitely still sitting 90. Oh, those are chunky. Damn, this thin set is toast. It's not good. I talked too much and didn't work enough. My thin set started to dry. My fastball. I gave up on that dream, Kenny. I was like a delusional dad watching my kid surpass all of my capabilities. I thought I had a chance. I got excited. I thought, man, I'm still young enough. I can play ball with my brother. Play college ball together. I can make the team. I still got a killer fastball. So about a year and a half ago, for maybe 3 months, I seriously set my mind to trying to make the college baseball team here in Las Vegas. And then 3 months in, my body reminded me of how old I was. I threw out my arm, started having chest pains. I thought I was going to have a heart attack. And that's when I realized, nope, I do not have the stamina, the age, the youth to play college sports. So that was a flop. And that's okay, because then I got to dedicate most of my time to the cabin build. This was during the cabin build, by the way. So that would have been a huge distraction, which honestly, I'm kind of afraid that golf is going to pretty much do that. It's going to distract me from the new property. In a good way. I love golf. It's my life right now. Golf is my work. You asked me what I do for work. I work at the golf course. I just landed a job. I've been doing it volunteer-wise for the entire year. I volunteer about 5 hours a week, cut grass, fix bunkers, wash carts. And turns out the golf course is severely understaffed. There's only 2 dudes working the ground, so we only have 2 guys on mowers working on greens and fairways and all that, and hardly anybody to work the shop when the pro and our grass guy are not available. So I became an asset to the golf course, and they said, dude, you want a job? You want to not do this for volunteer? You want to just work here and we'll take care of you? And I didn't hesitate, so now I'm working at the golf course. It's a really awesome gig. I love my job so much. It beats getting toxic chemical poisoning, that's for sure. No toxic chemicals on the golf course, other than the fertilizer, which I don't have to touch. Speaking of golf, I didn't see speaking of golf, I was about to say, Kenny, I did not see Scotty win today because I was busy winning myself. Won me a tournament today. Yes, John, yes, we had a tournament this weekend. Biggest tournament of the year. My third ever professional, well, not professional, but third ever competitive golf tournament. And it went really well today, not yesterday. I had a rough day yesterday. I couldn't get off the box. Made a lot of mental errors. Missed a lot of easy putts. And I ended up shooting one of my worst scores of the year. Shot a 92 yesterday. Very disappointed with it. I came home, I was sad. But I didn't give up hope, guys. Did not give up hope. Instead, I doubled down. I bet on myself and my team to win today. This tournament has a special thing called a Calcutta. And it's an event where you all get together, you see how everyone did on the first day, and then everybody that's in the tournament can purchase a team for day 2. And if you purchase that team and they do really well, they shoot low, then you win the Calcutta pot. You win a bunch of money. So yeah, I shot a 92 yesterday. It was terrible. It was terrible. I played so bad. The best score put up yesterday was a 68. We were nowhere near. I was not in contention. But instead of giving up, I doubled down. We bet on ourselves. We bought our team for the Calcutta. Cost us $50 to buy our own team. And me and my buddy came out, we shot lights out. It was a best ball tournament, so we're playing our own ball, but we're taking the best score out of us too. And God, we played so good today. We played like a team. We picked each other up. And we ended up winning first place in the Calcutta. We won $1,000 for a $50 bet on ourselves. It was amazing. So yeah, I was really proud of how I performed today. I didn't sulk. I didn't beat myself up too much about my terrible performance yesterday. I ended up shooting a 70-something and winning the Calcutta. First place. Big payout. I didn't get the full 1,000. We split it between my buddy and another gentleman that bought our team with us. I think overall, if we had shot a little bit better yesterday, we might have placed today. I think we got 4th. Me and my buddy got 4th place. We didn't win a trophy. He needed to get 3rd or better for a trophy. But we got $100 for the 4th place spot. And then we got the 1,000 for the Calcutta. That was a good day. Good weekend. Fun golf, great company, bunch of great guys, and we won some money. Can't complain. So yeah, so far this year, out of all of the money matches that I played, I think I played 10 money matches. I've only lost on 1. I've been consistently making money playing golf, but I'm not out there playing for money, folks. I'm out there to get better. I'm out there to improve my own mental game, both on and off the course, and that's exactly what's going on. So I'm trying not to let the greed of playing for money clout my judgment and get in my head. That happened a couple weeks ago. I started getting a little cocky and started putting more money on the line, playing with the gamblers around the course, and then I lost big one day. And that's when I knew, okay, you're playing for the wrong reasons, dude. You need to take a step back, take a break, and reevaluate your life and your game and go back to your old self. And I did, and it showed this weekend. I'm really glad I did that. You deserve a chug a few. I shotgunned a beer out on the course after we won. It was glorious. I haven't done that in like 5 or 6 years. I also don't really drink very much. This was a special occasion, celebratory beer with my buddies. Well deserved. Way better than the sad beer that I had yesterday. It was a sulking beer after a terrible day of golf. Yeah, no, I don't really drink. I am not a drinker. We don't keep alcohol at the house. I'll only have a few if the moment is right and we're with good company, you know. And that's exactly what was happening this weekend. The moment was right. We had good company. And there's nothing better than a free beer. I'm not gonna lie. A nice cold free beer after a day in the sun to cap off a win on the course. It was a good weekend. And now we're here at the house making major strides on the bathroom. I've been dreading this job for months. I think this has been sitting stagnant for like 2 months, maybe more. Because I didn't want to do all this. I buy a lot of stuff. I don't really buy a lot of stuff. What are you talking about, Lundy? Give me an example of stuff that I buy. Because I'm really, really chintzy with my money. Anybody that knows me knows how cheap I am. Snowboarding footage, Kenny? Dude, that's a non-negotiable, man. We're gonna hit it harder than ever before this year. I'm so excited for snow season. And we're gonna be a lot closer to the mountain. We're actually gonna be closer to a new mountain. Usually we go to Sipapu. It's a local mountain here. Really small, but the prices are outstanding. I think usually in the middle of the season, during the week, on a not busy week, we can get tickets for as low as $10, $15 for a lift ticket. It's crazy. And then most of the time they run a special where if you buy your lift ticket during the week, they give you a $10 voucher for the restaurant. So technically you're getting a $5 lift ticket and a $10 lunch. I don't know how they stay in business. But that's at Sipapu. We're going to be closer to Angel Fire at the new property, which I've heard is a much nicer mountain. I've never been to Angel Fire myself, but I've heard a lot of good things about it. It is pricier than Sipapu, so we're going to have to purchase our season passes. And I feel like if I grind hard enough on YouTube, I can get YouTube to pay for the passes. And then we'll make content out of it and reimburse ourselves with the content. That'd be a great game plan. But yeah, we need a lot of things to happen before winter hits, if that's going to be the case. I believe strongly in this channel. I'm putting everything I have into this channel. I hope it shows. I hope you guys can see the dedication. I really believe in myself and I believe in what we're doing here. And I think it's going to help a lot of people. It's going to spread a lot of positivity around. And it's going to teach a lot of people that stuff like this is doable. You can go out there and do it. It's not as hard as it looks. You just gotta have a little bit of go get 'em, you know? Is the old landlord. You know, I hate it when you guys call him the landlord. I probably referred to him as the landlord, but yeah, I don't like it. That just implies that we're making payments to him the whole time, and that wasn't the case. We paid him cash, guys. We paid him cash up front when we bought the property. We made payments for a little while on additional land that we were trying to buy from him. But yeah, so there you go, Kenny. That's a better word. Yeah, I don't know if he's gonna keep the cabins. Knowing that, I'm not gonna speak badly. Knowing that guy, he's gonna try and monetize off of them. He's gonna try and Airbnb them out or some stupid. Yeah, I don't like what he's gonna do with the place, and it sucks that he gets to enjoy all of our hard work. That's the thing that eats me up the most. We worked so hard on those cabins to sleep in it 2 times only. We only got to do 2 overnighters, you know? That's so sad. A year of hard work, and we only got to stay there twice. Terrible. Oh, Johnny, yes, I can't wait. Your projects are so sick. You have a special ear for music, you know that? And not just for music. You specifically have a talent for putting music to life. Giving life a soundtrack. Giving life a soundtrack is what I'm trying to say. And most people can't do that, you know? I try my best. You guys can see in my content that I try and match my music to the mood and what's going on in the video, but it's tough, folks. It's tough. And JS Webb there is a master at his craft. He's so good at it. Cowboys winning the Super Bowl this year. Let's go. Let's go. Be careful who you say that to, Kenny. Those are fighting words. Those are fighting words. In Vegas right now. Yeah, I'm in Vegas right now. Oh, the fights last night. I missed the fights. I was resting. Oh, I was doing this, actually. I was here. You were here, Kenny? You were here at the beginning? That's awesome, man. It's been a grind, hasn't it? It's been a lot of ups and downs. I lost so many subscribers here on YouTube when Will had to leave the property. Everybody thought it was me that was kicking Will out, and you should have seen that. I got hate comments. I've never gotten hate comments in my life. People wanted to kill me for Will leaving the property, and it wasn't even my fault. They didn't realize that I was also losing my property. Like, I was the one actually losing out. Will was upgrading. If I'm being honest, Will got a huge upgrade. He went from our place, our tiny 3 acres, to go live and learn from one of the legends of YouTube, Nate Petrowski. So, yeah, if anyone, we lost. We lost our subscribers, we lost our mountain, we lost our bus, we lost our memories. We lost so much when that happened, and it wasn't even our fault. But that's okay. Things happen for a reason. Everyone that left will come crawling back once we start at the new place, and we got no hate for them. We're going to welcome back with open arms, because that's how we do here on this channel. I think this corner is all done, finally. Did not lose you. No, we did not. All the OGs stayed by. You guys knew what was up. You knew the truth. You stuck around long enough to figure out what was going on for real. No way. Where'd he say that, Zen? Will's still posting on Instagram, isn't he? I don't know why he does that. I don't use Instagram, and then I fall behind on the Will Survive story because I don't follow. I mean, I do follow him on Instagram, but I never open the app. Where's my mechanic buddy that used to come bail me out? Alex Adapts. He's doing okay. He's having a little bit of a rough time. I need to pay that dude a visit. What happened to the school incident? Was that anyone's fault? Absolutely. That was 100% the fault of the school. I'm not sure if I described what the issue was clearly, but the school was trying to save money at any cost. And they were supposed to employ a chemical safety officer, which is about a $60 an hour job, maybe more, since they'll be on salary. A very, very expensive payroll that they couldn't afford. They couldn't afford to hire somebody in that position. So what they did, they tried to be sneaky, and they tried to give the job duties of the chemical safety officer to myself, which is a PhD level position. I am not a PhD. I am not a doctor yet. And I mean, I didn't do anything wrong. I did everything that they told me. But the school, like I said, took every measure to save money. They didn't maintain their building. They didn't do any OSHA trainings. They didn't do any maintenance on their anything at all. Lab gear, fume hoods, ventilation, HVAC. Chemical storage room was not in OSHA regulation. There's just so much neglect at the university. And the neglect finally built up to a point where shit hit the fan. The HVAC system broke, and in the same week that the HVAC system broke, the cold room broke. And the cold room is a giant walk-in freezer for all the toxic chemicals, cadavers, lab rats, all the nasty stuff. It's kept at a very cold temperature in a walk-in room. And when that cold room broke, it essentially heated up the room to like 110 degrees or something ridiculous. And all of those chemicals started to react, you know. They're not supposed to be kept at those temperatures. The cadavers and the rats and all the all the animal waste, biological waste started to go rancid. So the entire school smelled like death and chemicals. The HVAC system was broken, so the air wasn't getting pumped out of the building, and it was just remaining stagnant in there. And then to top it off, they brought all of those chemicals and dumped them in my office. So then my office started to smell like death. I couldn't stand to be in there. I got really, really sick. I moved the chemicals down to the chemical storage room. I called it in. I told a bunch of people about the issues that were there, and human resources didn't want to do anything. The president, the dean, the director of facilities, nobody wanted to do anything. So I just started telling more and more people about what was going on, and somebody finally anonymously called OSHA and the fire department, and that's what it took. It took an anonymous call to get everything fixed. It was a really, really nasty situation. A lot of people got sick. One person died, my buddy, a janitor. They made him go into that cold room that malfunctioned. They made him go in there, which had just previously had a giant formaldehyde spill, and they made him mop up the entire room with no PPE, no ventilation mask, nothing. They made him mop up all the toxic stuff that was in there along with the formaldehyde and everything, and then 2 weeks after that, he passed away. So sad. Oh, Kenny. Have you guys seen the video of me falling on the scooter? Has anyone seen that yet? There is a video out there. It's so bad. It's way worse than what you guys think it was. One day I'll post that. Not today though, it's gonna be a while. I don't want to take you off topic too much. I've been all over the place on YouTube. Gotta stick to one project and finish it. One day I'll post about the scooter accident when I'm ready. I could barely stand to watch the video still. Yeah, honestly, Pablo, I don't think his family is gonna get the lawsuit. Those university lawyers are dirty and sneaky. They forced an autopsy, and I have a feeling that they kind of nudged it in their direction. They're saying that he didn't get sick with the school chemicals. They're saying it was something else, health reason, health complication, nothing related to chemicals. But you can't test for that stuff. Like, you can't test a body that's been, yeah, that's just so sad. We know what happened. My buddy knows what happened. His family knows what happened. But in a court of law, if the autopsy says there was no chemicals in his body, then that's what the judge is going to see. And sadly, that's the way that the court's going to rule. So I really hope that my buddy's family gets the compensation that they deserve. But it's not looking too good for them. Yes, I'm just grateful for my life. Exactly, Kenny. I've gone through a lot of bad stuff in my life. A lot of scary moments, near-death experiences. But I've never been so convinced in my life that I was going to die than I was during that time. I thought it was over for me. I was so scared every day in my life. My body had never been that sick. The things that I was going through were absolute hell. I lost like close to 30 pounds a couple weeks. And I really did think I was gonna die. We started doing bucket list items, my wife and I. We went on trips that we would have never gone on and did some things that we would have never done because I wasn't really sure what was gonna happen. And slowly, over time, being out of that lab, I started to make a recovery. Started to notice that my health was going in the right direction. I don't think I will ever be back to where I was before that all happened. But I hope that I'm never back to the point where I was while it was happening. I'm gonna make it a high priority of mine to stay in good health, take care of my body, refrain from chemicals that could irritate myself because I'm hypersensitive to any chemical now. Really sucks. I don't wear colognes anymore. I have to be picky about my deodorants and house cleaners. I have to be careful with what I'm using around the house because I get severe headaches now. Yeah, complications, definitely, Kenny. Definitely still here. Severe headaches on a regular basis. Probably the main one. Stomach issues like crazy. I've always been a tank. I could always eat anything that I wanted, you know. Specifically chili. I love chili. The hotter the better. I'm from a Mexican family. I'm from El Paso. Chili has been a part of my life. I live in New Mexico, the green chili state of the world, and I can't have any chili anymore, not even hot sauce. My stomach just turns and it's just, I don't know. There's definitely something wrong with my digestive system ever since that, and I've never had problems. I also am showing slight signs of joint complications like arthritic type symptoms. My elbows, my fingers, my hands. I'm really stiff and I get really bad pains now, and it feels just like arthritis sounds like it feels. So I don't know. I'm too young to be developing arthritis, but in all my research of chemical sensitivity, I found out that joint pain is one of the major side effects. So Yeah, headaches, stomach issues, joint pains, and my breathing. My breathing is not like it used to be. If you guys go back and watch some of my videos of the early cabin days, you'll see me out there lifting logs, running around the mountain, and I'm doing just fine. We're at high altitude, and it's tough to do that type of work and maintain your breath, you know. And me right now, all I'm doing is this in here, and I'm out of breath. I'm huffing and puffing in here. So yeah, I definitely have less lung capacity, or something's wrong in my lungs. There's a lack of exchange of oxygen going on in there. Goalie or goji? What are you trying to say? You might have. I've never heard of goalie. I've heard of goji. I tried everything. I tried so many natural remedies while I was sick, and some of them did help. I did a lot of detoxes, changed my diet, and yeah, it definitely helped. Goalie. Yeah, I've never heard of that. I'm gonna have to look that up. I may even have to get the P.O. box rolling soon. It's been a while. We haven't had the P.O. box in like 6 months. But yeah, guys, if you're ever in a position at your job where you feel unsafe, call it in. Don't get yourself sick. I thought I was doing a good thing. I thought I was helping a lot of people, which I did. I don't regret it. I do not regret doing what I did and handling all those chemicals and moving them, even though I wasn't supposed to, because I helped a lot of people. I removed the issue from the chemistry labs, the areas where the students and the faculty were every single day. They were around that stuff. They were bringing it in, and I cleaned up all those labs, and I did a damn good job at it. And I don't regret all of the things that I was exposed to, because I probably helped hundreds, maybe even thousands of lives in the 3 years that I was there. But I don't recommend it. If you're in a situation where there's negligence, unsafe working conditions, anything like that, call your supervisor, make a call to OSHA, whatever you need to do, and ensure that your employer gets the situation under control. It shouldn't be your responsibility. It should be the responsibility of your employer. So don't put your life at risk. Make the phone calls, call somebody else that it's their job to handle that situation. That's what I should have done. I should have made a phone call years ago, and I didn't, because I was ignorant and I didn't know what to do, and I wanted to be the superhero, and I wanted to save the day and clean up all the labs by myself. I don't regret it, but I don't recommend it. Oh, Pablo, dude, that's a great point. You know, I never thought about that. Never once did I think that it may have killed my beneficial bacteria. Yeah, I'm so dumb. And that's like the one thing I'm not taking. I'm taking all kinds of supplements right now. I don't think I'm taking a probiotic. Thank you for that. I will add it to my vitamins list. Oh man, speaking of the school issue, guys, it's really gonna hurt us with this land purchase. Not in sealing the deal. The deal's sealed. We have the money locked up and we're ready to go. But I owe a lot of money to the hospitals. A lot of hospital bills that didn't get paid for or covered by employer or my insurance or workers' comp. They left me hanging, folks. They said because the doctor couldn't specifically say what chemical was hurting me and that there wasn't a physical note in my records saying that I had direct exposure from a school incident, they're not going to cover my medical bills. So I'm going to have to pay all those out of pocket. And they're already hounding me. I'm getting harassed by collections as we speak. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about it. Kefir milk? Never heard of that either. Damn, you guys know a lot about supplements. Yeah, how would you guys feel if I started cultivating natural herbs and sold them on a website? Like, for instance, all the mullein. You guys kept pointing out all the mullein at the mountain. Everybody wanted a piece and had a bunch of people offer to pay us to ship them some because it only grows in specific areas. And I thought, man, that would be such a neat idea to cultivate natural herbs from our own property. We're going to have a garden, so we're going to be growing a lot of beneficial stuff, you know, and everybody's going to want some. I wouldn't be selling to make $1 million. I would just be selling enough to pay for the business expenses to keep it going and keep it sustainable. And then you guys get to get natural herbs and whatever we're growing, pretty much produce, food, straight from our new land. I always thought it would be a great idea. Just never had the opportunity to do it. And if it's something you guys would be interested in, then maybe we'll pursue it. And if we need a business location, we have one. We have a commercial property to put on the business address and maybe even open a storefront up, you know? Yeah, if you guys will be into that, then that might be something we're gonna do. If we don't get the money, you should transfer any assets into a trust family's name so we don't lose it. If we don't get what money? What are you talking about? You want me to cut my mustache and beard off again? Why? I don't like baby-faced Lucky. I need a haircut though. And as I was saying before, we're planning a big trip to go see my mom. Not sure when, might be soon. We're gonna do a survival challenge on the way up there. She lives in Utah, and she's my hair cutter. She's my barber. I've never been to a barbershop. My mom's always cut my hair. I don't trust anyone else. My mom cut it. Yeah, she cut it the last time I saw her, and it's been a while. My hair is long. That's how you know I gotta go see my mom's. My hair is this long. I haven't seen my mom in a while. I'm well overdue for a visit. Pretty dark in here. I really hope I'm doing a good job. I really hope this is coming out all right. Remember, folks, I have never ever tiled a shower before. This is my first one. I've done some tile work. I tiled the backsplash in our kitchen a few times. But I've never ever done a shower. And I'm nervous and I'm excited. And I feel like it's coming out all right. And I think we might have just mudded the final piece of mesh tape in this entire shower. That was not fun. But you guys made it fun. Yeah, so this was probably the first live ever that we've actually gotten work done and kept a good conversation. I appreciate you guys for that. Thank you. Give us one of the blooper moments from the old cabin. You mean tell you about a funny story, or you want me to post a blooper from the old cabin? So if you want me to tell you a funny story, you're gonna have to give me a minute. I'm gonna have to think about that. Tell you a funny story. Whew. Man, I'm sweaty. It's on here. All right, let me think. Let me think about this. This is tough. Nothing's coming to mind. You really stumped me. I haven't reminisced on the cabin in a long time, dude. I'm having trouble recollecting my memories here. My favorite saying was, "I ain't shit." Did I used to say that? Oh, I ate, A-T-E, ate. I ate shit. Yeah, that is a very popular saying of mine, for sure. Nice catch. And then right now I have a new phrase. When I play bad golf, I shit the bed. That's what I've been saying. If I do something bad, if I mess something up, then I shit the bed. I don't know why. I don't know why I like that one so much. Makes me laugh. So yesterday, my golf tournament, I shit the bed, guys. I played so bad. Not today. Not today. Got any ghost stories? In general, or about the cabin? You guys want a story from the cabin? You know, the scariest thing that happened at the cabin was definitely the mountain lion scare at the beginning. That was 100% not fake. Not staged. Me and Will were scared a lot of the times up there, and that cat was watching us, folks. I mean, this was a daily thing. Every night, same time, sun goes down, and we can hear the cat in the near distance. And the scream from a mountain lion, it's very distinct. You cannot mistake it for anything else. And it scared the shit out of us. It was not fun. Yes, they would, oh my God, Will must have gone through like 5 or 6 basketballs in the first 2 weeks. And I would bring him up. It got to the point where I was bringing Will a basketball every single time I went up. Because I wasn't going up every single day. But yeah, that was by far the scariest thing that's happened up there. Before Will went out there and lived, back when my wife and I used to live there, we saw a lot of stuff in the skies, and my wife and I have always seen a lot of scary stuff in the skies. We've seen aliens. No skinwalkers. We're not big skinwalker believers, but aliens absolutely 100% believe in aliens. We've seen stuff. I've experienced things, and yeah, I don't mess with aliens. No way. We are not the only creatures in this universe, folks. Whether you like it or not, we are not alone. And I've experienced it. I've seen some stuff. When you live off grid with no light pollution and you can see everything that's going on in the sky, you're going to start to see what I'm talking about. There's way more up there than you realize. I hate to sound like a conspiracy theorist, but I'm just telling you based off my personal experience. The scariest moment in my life, besides almost dying, all the times that I've almost died, are the alien and UFO experiences that we've had. Scariest moments of my life, by far. If you guys want to hear one, I'll tell you one. Yes, tell you. Okay, story time real quick. I'm just about done with the mud. I got a couple more screws to hit. So I'll tell you guys this story and then I need to wrap it up. All my thin set is drying up. I gotta wash my tools before they get caked. Look, see how it's drying? We gotta wash that before it gets nasty. But, all right, real quick, UFO story. Back in Texas, back when we used to live in Texas, this was in College Station. My wife and I were building our first off-grid cabin, and it was huge. It was a giant cabin. It wasn't made out of logs. We were using 2x4s, so I was able to get it pretty big. And it's a giant house. I mean, a full 2 stories. I think it stood somewhere about 32 foot up in the air from the ground to the peak. And I built a wraparound 2nd story deck, and we'd come out of our bedroom. Our bedroom was on the 2nd story. I had a door there. We'd walk out to the deck. We'd be way above our entire property. And it was a beautiful view. And our favorite thing to do there in College Station at our house was go out to the deck at night, lay down on our yoga mats and look up at the stars, because we were way out of town. I mean, there was hardly any neighbors, no lights, no city for about an hour. And yeah, the view of the stars was probably the best we'd ever seen. So that was our favorite thing to do. We go out, look at the stars, and I started seeing things flying in the sky that were not airplanes, that were not anything that I'd ever seen. They weren't meteors because they moved slowly, and they'd change direction, and they'd go do their own thing, and then as soon as they were ready, they'd zip off and disappear. So we'd been seeing these things, and I got really stupid. I was young, I was an idiot, and I bought a laser pointer off the internet, a really powerful laser pointer. So we're out there one night looking at the stars. I see it going in the sky, same as normal, you know. Huge white speck, bigger than any star, and it's just moving around nice and slow. It's cruising, and then it would zip like that, and it would stop, and it would cruise around, and it would zip around, and it was just doing its own thing. It was the strangest thing that we'd ever seen, but we were seeing it pretty consistently. And one day, I was out there with the laser pointer, and I'm circling around the object, and I accidentally hit it. And that laser reflected straight back at us. You can see the reflection bounce back, you know, when you hit a mirror, a piece of glass, something. And as soon as that happened, that little bright dot grew about 100 times in size. It almost looked like the sun. It got so bright, and then it just shot across the sky. And as soon as that happened, my ears started ringing like never before. I thought they were gonna start bleeding. It was so intense, the pain that I heard in my ears. And it scared the crap out of me. I have never ever messed with aliens, taken out a laser pointer for any reason. That was probably one of the scariest experiences of my life. And just that, not so much the fact that what I saw was scary, but the experience, that feeling that I felt as soon as I hit it, and I knew I messed up, and then my head and my ears started ringing. Yeah, it was just amazing to me that something so far away could affect me so intensely. I feel like it was some type of warning, or I don't know. I can't explain it well. I don't know exactly what happened to me that day. Could have all been in my head for all I know, but that was my scariest experience, and it had to deal with aliens, and that's probably why I'm a firm believer in other species, other life forms on this universe. Yeah, they're probably listening to me right now. They're probably coming down to say, hey, don't be telling. What were you smoking? Nothing. I was completely sober, which is even more scary. Wasn't even drinking at the time. I think were we underage? Yeah, we weren't even old enough to drink at this time. We were young cats. This was a long time ago. Tell them to fix me up. Oh my God, wouldn't that be nice, huh? They should have the technology to do so. I bet I've got some of the chemicals that they're after. I'm gonna do a swap off. Yeah, I could have been tripping though. That was probably one of the highest stress periods of our entire life. I was building my first house. I was going to Texas A&M, which was the hardest portion of my education ever. School was tough at A&M. But I learned a lot there. I learned a lot. Great school, great education. I don't like them. I still owe them a lot of money. I have student loans up the wazoo. But I don't regret my decisions. I don't regret any of my decisions because I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. Yeah, Texas A&M, it was an experience. It was a lot of stress. But we got it done. We got our degree. I don't know if you guys know this, I have multiple degrees. I have an engineering degree and I have a BA in biology. I got my bachelor's degree in biology. I initially wanted to be a biological engineer and I wanted to study life in space. I've always been fascinated with space. I've always wanted to be an astronaut. Not now, I don't want to be an astronaut now. I would like to fly up there one day and see the Earth from up above, but honestly, I'm a little nervous after my alien experience. Give you a 4-digit number to play. 0317. Where's Will? In Oregon. Probably sleeping on a rock, if I know Will. Call Jeff Bezos. Yeah, he'll send me up. Let me get as popular as Will, and then maybe I can get Jeff's attention. Just got to be more popular than Katy Perry, and then we'll be beaming ourselves up to space. What did Nathan say? Did I miss it? Oh, oh, I didn't miss it. I know what you said. I missed something. You guys are laughing, and I don't know why. I want to be in on the joke. You guys laughing at me? Kenny says I need a memoir. My mom's been telling me to write a book for so many years now. This is my book. This is my memoir. This channel right here. I do like to write. Don't get me wrong. I probably would write a decent book. I'm not no author or nothing, but I think I have enough crazy stuff that's happened in my life to make a halfway decent book. But I feel like this is way better. Like, why write a book? I'm a visual person. I like to see things happen in real time. And yeah, you guys are getting the memoirs of my life through a YouTube channel. And I write chapters of my story for you in the community posts, and I try and be as descriptive as possible, and I try and show you guys every aspect of our life, whether it's buying property, doing projects like this, playing golf. I mean, I got a lot going on. Lefty or righty? I'm a lefty, Kenny. Cowboy boots or golf polos? Golf polos. I used to be a cowboy boots guy. You guys know we lived the ranch life for a while. Before we bought this and moved into this house. Actually, it wasn't before. It was simultaneously while we were buying this house. We had the horses, and I had an opportunity to buy a property about 45 minutes outside of Las Vegas in a town called Anton Chico. It was a farm property, had enough land to keep a horse or two, and it was a perfect place for us to store our babies. So we went to auction and we bought a property out on a ranch. We kept our horses there. And back in those days when we were breaking those horses, I was a very much cowboy boots type of person. I was not wearing golf polos at the time. But things have changed. Did Ryobi ever sponsor me? No, they did not. I love Ryobi, and you're gonna laugh at me when I say this, but the reason I love Ryobi so much is because of the color and the price. My favorite color is green, specifically that lime green that Ryobi puts out. You know, I love this color. It's the color of my favorite golf balls. My favorite golf balls are Vice, simply because they're that color. I'm a weird dude. That's how I select things sometimes. But those are the two reasons why I like Ryobi. They have a good price, and I like the color. And no, they did not sponsor me. Bilingual, I wouldn't qualify myself as bilingual. I wouldn't put it on my resume, but I do know enough Spanish to understand almost anybody. I understand good. I have trouble speaking it. I cannot create the sentences fast enough in my brain to speak them. But I can interpret what you're saying to me in Spanish pretty quickly. So yeah, no, I wouldn't qualify myself as bilingual. I'm getting tired, folks. My social battery is running low. I'm finally stuttering. I have a bad stutter. People say I don't have a bad stutter. I feel like I do. I stumble my words frequently, especially when my social battery is low. Near or far-sighted. I have good vision. I don't know what near or far-sighted is because I have good vision. So neither, I guess. No glasses for me yet. Android or Apple? What's with all the questions, Kenny? Both. I have them both. I have a Google Pixel that I was going to use for content, but then I ended up getting an iPhone specifically for content the same day that we lost the cabin, ironically. So I only have like 2 videos from the cabin on the new iPhone. This is my personal phone that we're doing the live stream on right now, and it's completely full of storage. I do all of my editing and filming and everything. Stop avoiding property talk. I'm not avoiding property talk. What do you want me to talk about? I'm talking about everything right now. I'm not hiding anything. Ask me a specific question about the property, Matt, and I will answer you. That's the best way to get an answer out of me. You got to ask a specific question. Yeah, we've talked about it, dude. I've been live for almost 2 hours now. We've talked about the property. Rich or wealthy? Rich. Rich in life, rich in experience, rich in happiness. Money does not buy happiness. I'm a firm believer in that. I've experienced that. No, don't be sorry, Matt. You came in late, I understand. Yeah, I'll fill you in here in a second. I'll give you a short summary. But yeah, definitely rich over wealthy. I'm not somebody that chases money. I'm not somebody that wants to be a millionaire simply for vanity and for flaunting money in front of people. I want to be successful in life for spreading positivity and doing good things, doing good deeds, helping out a lot of people. And if that means that I make $1 million doing it, great. I'm gonna reinvest all that money right back into what I'm doing. I'm never gonna be a vanity type of person. I've never been. I'm very chintzy with my money. I'm very cheap. I could be a millionaire and I'm still gonna buy Ryobi tools, and I'm still gonna go to the flea market to see what kind of deal I can find on a used piece of something that I don't really need, simply because it's gonna help the guy that's at the flea market trying to make an extra buck. Cause I've been there. I've been in their shoes. 10 million or bring a dead homie back? That's a tough question. That's a tough question, because I feel like bringing people back from the dead would not be a good thing after a while. Maybe they're happy. Maybe they went to heaven and then you snagged them out of heaven, you know? Maybe they were completely fulfilled with life and satisfied, and it was their time to go, and they were okay with that. And what if they came back to this earth and said, why did you bring me back? You could have helped 10 million people with the money that you would have gotten, instead of bringing back one old fart that is not going to help 10 million people in my lifetime, you know? So that's a tough question. I don't know. There's a lot of family and friends that I would love to have back. My grandpa, probably at the top of the list there. My grandpa was my dad. He raised me. He made me the man that I am today. And I wish every day that I could have him back, especially when I'm doing stuff like this. He's the one that taught me how to do all this. He's the one that taught me everything I know. He's the one that inspired me to play golf. And every day that I'm on the golf course, it pains me that he's not around. And it pains me to succeed knowing that he never got to see that side of me. He's only seen me play baseball. I only picked up golf around the time that he got sick. And it was because I wanted him to get better, and I just wanted to do the things that he loved, and golf was one of those things. So I started playing golf while he was sick, just to make him proud and show him my videos. I was doing TikTok golf content at the time, and he was in the hospital, and I'd come to the hospital and say, look, Grandpa, I got my first birdie today. I got the video. Here, watch this. And so yeah, he was a huge inspiration for me. He's the reason I do most of the stuff that I do, and I would love to bring him back, but I know that he would want me to help millions of people with 10 million bucks and bring him back. That's a tough one. That was a tough question, man. I like the questions though. This is fun. This is a lot of fun. 4-wheel or 2-wheel? 4-wheel, Kenny? That one's a little too easy. 2 wheels might be faster sometimes, but I'm not about speed. I'm about going places where people have never been. And you can only do that with 4 wheels. Weed or alcohol? Neither. This is a family-friendly channel. I'll answer it for you though, Matt. I don't like alcohol. Alcohol causes so much distress, so much havoc on the human body. Destroys livers. It's hurt a lot of my family and friends, and I've never heard of weed doing that to anybody. I've never heard of weed tearing apart families like alcohol has. I'm sure that it creates a lot of issues, and I would say neither. I'd say stay clean, live a good, clean, sober, healthy life. Neither one of those two things could be good for your health. So yeah, let's do neither. Mountains or the beach? Oh man. I love the beach. I love going to tropical places. I so desperately want to do a survival challenge on a deserted island, you know. I love going to Hawaii. I love going to California. It's just something about being near the ocean. But the ocean doesn't call me quite like the mountains do. The mountains literally call me. I hear them calling my name. I cannot get away from them. We've moved away from this little town so many times with the mentality of we're never coming back there. There's nothing there for us. And then a year later, the mountains are just calling us. And then, I mean, there's just a hole missing in our hearts, and it's those mountains, guys. There's something about them. I would have to say the mountains on that one. Yeah. We have a poster in our room that says the mountains are calling and we must go. And yeah, it pretty much sums up our life. Sugar or salts on grits? We don't really eat grits. I've had them. I don't not like grits. I'm just not used to them. They're not part of my daily diet. I would definitely say, for me, I'm a salty guy. I like salt on my grits. I like to treat them like mashed potatoes, not like a dessert. I love cream of wheat though. Cream of wheat with some sugar, a little bit of chocolate syrup. Ooh, that's good. 100 chickens or 100 horses? 100 horse. Oh. That's a tough question too. Chickens lay eggs. If I had the land for 100 horses, I say 100 horses. 100 horses. Because you know, if you adopt wild horses, the BLM will pay you $1,000 per head every single year. That's how we got our horses. We adopted our horses wild from the BLM, and they paid us $1,000 each. We got $2,000 for adopting horses. My mom says I eat too much salt. Yep, her and my grandma. And I do. I eat a lot of salt. Very, very salty tongue. You have beaches in Canada? I'm so bad with geography. You could tell me exactly where you are in Canada, Nicole, and I would have no idea. Do I have to feed them? Another great question. You know, chickens stink. Chicken poop is nasty. Horse poop, to me, smells amazing. I love the smell of horse poop. I'll take 100 horse poops over 100 chicken poops. What am I doing? My mom wants to know what I'm doing. I just finished doing all the mud on the lines here in the shower. Next step is to waterproof it. I'll be doing that probably tomorrow. Do horses eat ramen noodles? Unfortunately not. And that'll be a whole lot of ramen noodles. Oh my god. Yeah, I already told everyone we're gonna go see my mom. This is my mom right here. See her? She's in the chat. We're gonna go see my mom in Utah soon. I'm not gonna say when. I'm gonna make it a surprise. One of these days we're gonna be somewhere out in the middle of nowhere doing a live stream. We're gonna do one night camping survival challenge. I don't think it'll be a full 24 hours. It'll be more of an overnight camping situation. No food, no water, no nothing. 5 items, very similar to Will's format. I like the way that Will is formatting his survival video, so I'm gonna give it my best shot. We're gonna do that on the way to Utah. One night, overnight, somewhere cool. And then we're gonna spend a couple days in Utah with my mom. She's gonna take us around. And then we're gonna be headed back. Is my mom a June baby? No, she is not. Close, very close. Are you a Gemini, Mom? Did you make the Gemini cutoff, or you whatever's before? I don't know. I don't know the horoscope deals and all that stuff. Kenny wants a mullet. No mullet, Kenny. No. Not a good idea. Not a good look. I'm not trying to look like Theo Von. When is my birthday? June. My birthday's in June. Yeah, no mullets. I don't even want to lose the beard. I might trim it down to match my haircut, but I like my beard. Hides my baby face. Makes me look my age. I like to look my age. Yeah, my hair's crazy long. Should I cut it like Will? You guys think I should cut my hair like Will, and then if I mess it up really bad, my mom could just fix it? Where my tools at? Yeah, should I do it? I better not. I already know you guys. I can already hear you guys in the comments. Well, not you guys specifically, but the haters on YouTube. You're just trying to be like Will, blah, blah, blah. I'm not about that. So I'm not going to do it. Cut my eyebrows. I'll cut my eyebrows off for... I was going to say for the price of the land, but I don't want to tell you guys how much the land costs just yet. I want to make sure that's cool with Will before we disclose our purchase price. It'd be way more than 500, probably way more than 500. And it wouldn't be for likes. I'd have to have some monetary payment there. I love my eyebrows. Yeah, so it would take money to cut my eyebrows off. I need a knife to do it like Will, no kidding. Look good with bangs. Oh, Nathan, don't go there. Courtney says don't do it. I'm with Courtney on that one. All right, folks, it's been a long time. I've been live for 2 hours. We got a lot done, though. Let me show you around before I end the live stream. Bombarded me with questions today. Not sure if I'm going to leave this live stream up. Did I say anything that I wasn't supposed to say, guys? You think I should leave this live stream up for everyone to watch later? I don't think I said anything my mom wouldn't approve of. But I might have disclosed a little too much information about our plans and some of the things that have happened to me. Specifically talking about my chemical poisoning. I'm trying not to do that. I don't know if you guys noticed. I took the videos down. I was advised to take them down by my wife, who didn't like that I'd posted them in the first place. And she's completely right. I probably shouldn't have, but I just felt so wrong that I never explained myself to you guys. I never told you why I disappeared from YouTube. And I kind of tried to. I told you I was dealing with health complications, but I never told you the full story. I never told you the truth, and I'm a very honest person. So it was really bugging me that I had done that to you and went ghost for almost 6 months and didn't talk about it. So yeah, I had to release that video specifically for most of you here watching and all the people that got to see it. I feel like they've been following the journey close enough and they deserved to know why I was gone for so long. And that was the reason why I did it. I wasn't trying to call anybody out, or I wasn't trying to chase a paycheck. There is no paycheck. My lawsuit's getting dropped. That's not going to happen because of this YouTube page, which I'm fine with. I'm completely fine pursuing a YouTube page instead of pursuing a lawsuit. That's such a headache and so much stress and time and lawyers, and no, that's not something I want to do. I think I'll have a lot more success here. I'm dedicating all my time and effort into this channel, and according to everybody on YouTube with a successful channel, that's all you need to do to make it happen. So yeah, we're gonna put everything into this channel. We're gonna be successful, and yeah, I'm excited, folks. Things are looking up. I'm really happy with the way that my content is going. And I appreciate you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sticking around through all the ups and downs and supporting us this whole time. My mom is 100% correct. There, you can't put a price tag on being stress-free and healthy. I made the right decision to leave my job. As much as I love my job, I really did love my job. Even the whole chemical part, I enjoyed it. It was so much fun to go through the labs and organize them and clean them up and just get it in a manner that was OSHA certified, where you could just walk in, all the chemicals are alphabetized, you can find everything on a computer. You could literally go into my computer, had a whole database filled with probably like close to 10,000 different chemicals throughout the whole entire school. And it would tell you exactly which lab, which drawer, because we had shelves and drawers. I labeled all the drawers and all the shelves. So my online database will tell you exactly which lab, which drawer, which location, and then you'd find it because it was alphabetized. And nobody had ever done that at the school. This was the first time anyone had ever done that. My wife had actually started that project. I don't know if you guys know this, but she had the job that I had at the school before I did. So she was also exposed to all those chemicals, not at the same degree that I was, but yeah, she had that job before me, and she did a really great job. Man, she gave me a huge head start, and I pretty much just finished what she had started. We made a great team, and I probably couldn't have done it without her guidance. Oh yeah, you remember the lives from the lab? I did a lot of lives at the lab, and it was fun. We did live streams in lab with the students, and they were all for it. And we did a lot of events. We did stuff with the high schools, and man, I really, really did love my job. I loved working with the kids. I was teaching a safety course. I've never taught a class in my life, and I was teaching kids how to be safe in the lab. And ironically, I lost my job because the lab wasn't safe. Well, our lab was safe. The biology labs weren't safe, but obviously I had no jurisdiction in biology. I wasn't even supposed to be in those labs in the first place. They didn't have anyone doing the job that I was doing, unfortunately. But I feel like now after everything that happened, the school had to have gotten their act together. I haven't been back since. I don't know what's changed. I'm hoping things got completely redone. And I'm hoping that they hired a chemical safety officer, and there's organization now, and that they're upkeeping all of the work that I did. But we can only hope. We can only hope. Courtney, thanks for stopping by. I'm about to end this live stream too. Right at the 2-hour mark. You guys got 3 minutes. Get your questions in now before I get out of here and go get washed up. All my mortar mix completely dried up. This is not good. This is gonna be a pain to clean. That's okay. Jay Birdie made it. Salt on watermelon. It's good. I put tahini. You know what tahini is? It's a Mexican chili powder. That's my favorite thing to put on watermelon. Tahini. That's my mom. She's not far behind me. That's the way to do it, folks. Go to the store and buy some. Throw it on your watermelon. Throw it on all your fruit. It's so good. You'll like it. You'll like it, John. And nice to see you, Jay Bird. You made it just in time, dude. I'm about to end the live stream. When I scroll on YouTube, who do I like to watch? I like to watch you guys. All of my followers that have a channel. You're the only people that I'm following and subscribing to, and your content pops up on my page. Unfortunately, I don't have very much free time to scroll on YouTube. I spend most of my time editing. If I have any free time, I'm editing my own videos and trying to get content out to you. So yeah, I rarely spend time watching content on YouTube unless I absolutely have to learn something that day. But Will, of course, Will's my number one. He's the top of my subscriber list. And then we got Nicole here in the chat. John, JS Webb, you guys need to go follow his page. He puts out some really amazing content. Nate, I follow Nate. I appreciate him for helping Will out when he did. Who else? Courtney, I follow Courtney. She posts once in a while. Taya Van Gogh, follow them. They're all followers of mine that have channels and are trying to make it happen as well. And yeah, I'm here to support you guys just as much as you're here to support me. I try my best. Yeah, I saw you earlier, Jaybird. I saw you here earlier. Hold on, I missed a couple questions. Sleep or work? Work. You guys know I don't sleep. I stay up till 2, 3, sometimes 4 in the morning editing because it's what I do at night. It's the only free time I have, so I edit all night. And yeah, I get carried away sometimes, and I stay up, and then I wake up early to go work at the golf course and play, and I rarely sleep. I need to sleep more. I need to rest more. Boiled or scrambled? Over easy. I'm gonna throw you a curveball there, Kenny. Over easy. Coffee or tea? Depends on where the coffee's from and where the tea's from. If you're not from Texas, then you probably haven't heard of HTO, but they have the best tea in the world. Love a good sweet tea. But we recently invested in an espresso machine. When I say invested, I mean I bought an espresso machine at the freaking thrift shop for like 20 bucks, and it works great. It's so good. And yeah, I make my own. We were on a Dutch Bro binge for a while. We love Dutch Bros. I love espresso iced coffee. And then I got my machine. I learned how to outdo Dutch Bros. So now I make my coffee at home whenever I'm craving one. And I've saved a ton of money. So much money. Target or Walmart? We only have a Walmart here, no Target. So I gotta say Walmart. Oh, our Jizzle. Dude, am I subscribed to you? I didn't know you were posting content. I got you, man. I got you. I can't do it straight from this page. Please go leave a comment on one of my videos. I'll see your comment. I'll reply to your comment, and then I'll subscribe to your page. That way you start popping up on my page. I want to make sure that I'm subscribed to everybody's channel here. The people that are supporting my channel, I want to support your channel. So I got you. Fishing or golf? Oh, another tough question. Right now, obviously golf. I am very, very well invested in golf right now. It is my life. It is my entire life. I'm pursuing a career as a PGA pro. I want to own a golf course one day. I want to design golf courses. I want to teach kids and do golf lessons. And I just want to be completely absorbed by this game and everything that it has to offer. So yeah, right now golf. There was a time in my life that fishing was number one. It was honestly the only reason why we moved to Texas from New Mexico in the first place. The fishing here wasn't satisfying me like how I wanted. We were only catching baby trout, and I hadn't hooked into a good bass in a long time. So I said, why don't we change the scenery? Let's move to Texas. The land is cheap out there, and that's what we did. And we moved out there specifically for bass fishing. Do I regret the decision? Absolutely not. I caught some monster bass in my day. I do have a 10-pounder under my belt. And yeah, I don't really miss it though. I'm so involved in the golf world right now that I have no regrets about not doing as much fishing this year as I typically would be doing. Dogs or cats, both. All animals. We're animal lovers. Not gonna pick one there. What happened to the 3D printer? I gave it to my mother-in-law. She does crafts. So I gave her the 3D printer. She's gonna try some stuff for her craft fairs. And then I had an engraving machine that I gave to my mom because my mom also does crafts, and she felt like she could use it. So yeah, I gave them away to them. Hopefully they can utilize them one day. I feel like I didn't even get a chance to learn the machines, both of them, to their fullest extent. I hope they get the hang of them. Yeah, our moms are super crafty, huh? How mom? All my creativity is from my mom. My carpentry and construction skills are from my grandpa, but my creativity and my mind and probably my positivity, that's all from my mom, for sure. And from my wife. She's like just a bubble of positivity. She's never in a bad mood. So she keeps me on the up. She keeps my mental where it's supposed to be. Smart kid, yeah, because you taught me everything. Thank you. Best mom right here. Best mom in the world. By far. John, right behind me. Yep, yeah. My mom's the best. Super excited to go visit her. It's going to be a fun trip. We're going to Utah, guys. We're going to Utah very soon. If there's anybody here from Utah, let me know. We'll meet up. Crocs or sneaks? Golf shoes. Golf shoes right now. I'm looking for the best golf shoe. I found some really nice ones. They're Callaways. I wear them off the golf course as well. And then Nikes. There's a set of Nike sneakers. They're the Roches, Nike Roches, and they make a golf edition of those. And those are my favorite shoe in the world right now. I kind of like Crocs. I have a couple pairs, but I always end up getting stickers, thorns. I mess up my feet in Crocs too often. They're convenient, for sure. All right, folks, I need to go. It's late. I'm tired. My thin set is drying. I want to go spend some time with my wife. I've been at the golf course all day, and then I got home and started working. So I've spent more time with you guys than I have with my own wife, and that's not good. I'm going to go hang out with her tonight. Did I come up with some ideas with the liquor store? Yeah, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that real quick. Last question. Sorry, Kenny. Okay, I'll answer that one quickly, Kenny. Cook at home, for sure. Nobody makes food like my wife and I. Our food is the best in the world. And we go out to restaurants and it doesn't satisfy us. And we just think every time we go out to a restaurant and pay good money for the best meal in town, we're just so confident that we can make the meal way better at home. Steaks specifically. I cannot buy a steak at any restaurant because we make the second best steaks in the world. The best steaks in the world come from my wife's dad, my father-in-law Mario. You will not get a better steak than a Mario steak. All right. John, you get the last question of the night, my friend. Yes, we've always had a grand master plan for the liquor store. Right now, we want to open a mini golf course. It ties in with our passions, ties in with everything that we're doing right now, and then also it's going to provide the only outdoor family fun activity in the entire city. There's nothing in our town that families can go out and do. There's nothing, absolutely nothing. I mean, the closest thing we had to a family-friendly location is the pizza joint down the street. It's called JC's Pizza. And they have some arcade games in there. I mean, just your simple Peter Piper type games. And that place is so expensive, specifically the food. I mean, you're talking like $30 for a pizza there, which I'm not dissing them. They have good food and their place is awesome. But for a large family to go out and have a nice outing, you know, a safe place for the kids to hang out at, because when there's not a safe place for our youth to hang out at, then they start getting into trouble. And I've always wanted to provide a safe place for them. And our initial plan was to open a dog park. It was just going to be a public park. People can come and enjoy our backyard in a safe space with a fenced-in yard, because we don't have a dog park like that in town either. But then we thought about it, and there's a lot of liability with that, and dogs running around, somebody could get bit, and we just felt like it wasn't going to provide the service that something else would. And then we came upon the mini golf course, and we thought that's got to do good. One-time investment, we put our heart and soul into creating these mini golf holes, and then once we do that, it's 100% profit from there. People just have to come and enjoy it, and we'll slowly make money, and we'll recuperate our expenses from building the course, and that'll be that. Less liability, more fun, more opportunity. My wife's family owns a kettle corn business. I don't know if you guys know what kettle corn is. It's pretty much sweet popcorn. And we feel like a mini golf course would be the perfect opportunity to introduce the family business to our city. So yeah, we got some big ideas for the warehouse, specifically a mini golf course, unless somebody can top our idea there. John, I'm gonna have to get you some kettle corn then. I got you. I'll even ship it to you if I need to. As soon as I can get my hands on some, I'll send some out. Meet and greet soon. Yes, I've been wanting to do a meet and greet. I don't know how or when. I think you think it would be a good idea to do a meet and greet at Lucky's warehouse one day? Is that too close to home? Do I open that opportunity to people? There's a lot of sus people in the world, a lot of strangers that don't have the best intentions in mind, and I'm kind of hesitant to let people know on social media where we're at and where we're operating. But at the same time, it is going to be a public business. We're going to be running advertisements and commercials probably, or I don't know, but yeah, not sure. If I did a meet and greet, I'd probably do it at the lake. Do something at the lake here locally, yeah, or a park or something. There you go, Kenny. But yeah, I would love to do a meet and greet, for sure. Okay, I gotta wrap this up. It's been an awesome live stream. Thank you guys for participating. Thanks for all the questions. I loved them. That was awesome. Got me thinking today. I love to think. I'll be sure to let you guys know with plenty of time when we do the meet and greet. But yeah, as always, folks, stay happy, stay healthy, stay lucky. Have a great night, and we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.